Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another session of Pulaski County Fiscal Court. Certainly glad for each one that are here or that are interested in county business. First, we do a moment of silence, our normal moment of silence to remember our country and the Middle East, keep that area in our prayers and our thoughts with Israel and all the stuff that's going on. We just hope it doesn't escalate into something bigger that would involve our nation, so just remember that in your prayers. It's a dangerous situation right now across the country. And then I've asked Magistrate Turpin to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance after we do our moment of silence. If you will, bow your heads for a moment of silence. Thank you very much. If you're going to please stand.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item of business will be to approve the October 10th Fiscal Court meeting minutes. I think we have a copy in front of you. If you had a chance to review those. If there's any discussion, changes, additions.
Motion.
Mr. Whelan makes a motion to accept.
Second.
Mr. Wilson makes seconds. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes. We'll move right to new business. We have a road removal request, and I need to ask for permission to schedule a public hearing on Garrison Lane. They've asked to take 2,245 feet out of Garrison Lane, and I need a permission to have public hearing on that.
Motion.
Second.
Who made the motion?
Will.
Mr. Whelan makes a motion, and Mr. Turpin seconds. Any discussion?
I'll give the same caveat that I always give in these situations. Just because the county takes a road or a portion of it out of the maintenance system doesn't mean that the public may not still be able to use the road. I think a lot of times people think if it's taken out of county maintenance, then it becomes a private drive, and that may not necessarily be the case. If it's been a public road in the past, then it may continue being a public road, just not maintained by the county. So just that caveat. I know the magistrates know that, and you know it, Judge. But
We have that motion on the floor. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. At this time, I've got a award presentation from Dwayne Litton from CAECO. He wants to pick out a couple of individuals to give a couple of certificates to.
I'd like to thank the court for their time this morning and allow me to present these to some individuals employed here with the county. Danny and Frank, if y'all would allow me to give y'all these certificates. They attended a training program that we helped sponsor in Scott County, Kentucky, and we had some folks come in. Good morning. Y'all all right? Hey, Danny. They came in, a civil engineer from the County Limited Reinsurance Company, which insures CAECO, put on a presentation these men were a part of, and I hope that they came away with something valuable. We hope that's what we were able to offer. We thank the court and the judge allowing these men to come and do some continuing education like that. I think it's valuable to the county that they be able to continue their education like that, and this is a certificate of appreciation for taking and being there. So thank you. We really appreciate you men for being there that day. Thank y'all. See y'all.
Next item I have, it's in your package. We need a motion to approve Hold on just a second, let me back up. Frank, you go ahead with yours since you're up. This is also in your package. It's a bill that we need approved to pay.
Yeah, I need to ask permission that we pay off the Mack trucks that we sold at the auction, so we can complete that loan, so we can start our new one.
Motion to pay them off?
Second.
Mr. Strunk makes the motion to pay off, and Mr. Wilson seconds. Any discussion on these?
Just for the record, I think you were telling me what our net profit was on this. Can you speak to the public on that so they?
Our profit on that was $151,075.
Awesome.
Great
on all
job, thank
four,
you.
yeah.
That was,
Thank you, Frank.
That was after interest,
Yeah.
auction fees and everything. That's our profit.
Thank you very much. That was a great job.
All right, thank you.
I have a motion and a second on that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Now, I think our next item will be to approve a resolution from the Lake Cumberland Area Development District on a hazard mitigation plan that's been wrote for the 10-county ad district, and we want to be a part of that. And we've got a resolution in front of us to accept to be part of that plan in case we have a natural disaster of some sort. We would be with the 10-county area development district. I just have to get a motion to accept this resolution and sign it and get it back to them.
Motion.
Mr. Renshaw makes the motion.
Second.
Mr. Turpin seconds. Any discussion?
Yeah, is this something we've done every year in the past, or where's Don?
Go ahead, Don. You have to go to the mic. We are being televised.
This is the mitigation plan that the ad district puts together, and it has to be updated every 5 years. The last one was scheduled to be done in 2016, but for whatever reason, they didn't get it done until 2018. And so we got that completed. It's ready to go, and I'm sorry I don't have a copy to give you because my printer only does one side, and I didn't want to waste the paper till I get the ability to put it on both sides to get it condensed. But there will be a copy in the judge's office. I'll have a copy in my office, and I'm going to suggest we put it on our the emergency management website so that it can be viewed. But it will also be available on the Lake Cumberland Area Development District website as well.
So is there anything that in this agreement that we have to currently pay out funds for or anything like that?
No.
It's just
Mark, what the mitigation plan does, this opens the door for us to receive mitigation grant funds. It also gives us a platform to identify what our threat and hazards are, put together plans for mitigation actions, such as if you've got a low water bridge that continually gives you problems, then we can put in for a grant to raise the road or a new bridge or those kind of things. But no, this is one of the few things that doesn't cost us anything.
all right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I'm going to skip the road department just a second and move to the sheriff, Bobby Jones.
Good morning. I know it says vest on there, but I'd like to take this opportunity real quick to talk about two other things just real quick. One is scams. Just so, because you said it's been televised, the public needs to know that if they get a call, this has already happened twice this week, from the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office demanding money, it is not the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office. We do not do that. We do not demand money to get somebody out of jail. But that's a big scam going on right now, so I just wanted to publicly say that in case somebody gets a phone call, because that's happened twice this week, it is not the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office asking for money. Never give money for something like that. Secondly, I haven't been up here for a while, so I just want to give you just an update, fiscal court, an update of where Pulaski County Sheriff's Office stands in their process of where we're at. We're still behind on deputies right now. We're in the process of hiring some, but I've got the actual breakdown if somebody is interested of what we have and what we need. I did hire one Thursday, swore one in Thursday, so he's got to go through the FTO program, even though he's a lateral, so he doesn't cost money. He's going through the academy. He's from another agency, so that saves the county a lot of money. On that same Thursday, we had another one give a 2-week notice at another agency that's going to come and join the Pulaski County Sheriff's Department in 2 weeks. Another lateral transfer that doesn't cost us to send to the academy, but he will also have to go through the FTO program. I have one currently in the FTO program that's getting close to being off the FTO program. When I say FTO program, it's the Field Training Officer program to where you have to train before you can get cut loose. I have one in the academy. So that helps. But unfortunately, they're not hands-on right now. So we're still, last week and this week, we're woefully short on the road, but we're doing interviews and backgrounds this week. We've got several to do. We're blessed enough to have several people applying. I feel like at the end of this, I'm going to have several positions that's not going to be filled, or that the personnel want a job, but I'd like to have them, but I just don't have the funds to put them on. So anyway, there's probably going to be 4 out of this hiring process that's going to be hired on. Just to let you know, I've got one, some of the reasons we're so short right now, I've got one that's got called up to the military. So he's off right now. He's coming back for just a couple of weeks, and then he's gone for a year overseas. That's a body that we're going to be missing at the sheriff's office for a year, but pray for him, his family, as he goes overseas. Got one that's got a broke arm. He's on light duty. He was chasing someone, fell and broke his arm. Hopefully we'll get him back pretty soon. So anyway, that's just a real quick synopsis of where we're at. I got, like I said, it broke down even depth if y'all want to know, but I just wanted to let the county know where we're at. That right now we're sustaining ourselves, I'll put it that way, but hopefully we get some of these other people hired in. We can do that. I want to give a shout out to the ones that are currently working because they're working their hind ends off, and I appreciate every employee that's Pulaski County Sheriff's Office for what they're doing, because they're stepping up for me, and without them I would be nothing. So with that being said, I was able to, we went through several bids on grants. We did look at some grants. We did get a partial grant for some vests without here at Fiscal Court to ask for assistance in that, in the tune of $58,110. That is not the actual quote. It will be less than that probably, but that and the reason I brought that, we have to do this so we can get these ordered for the grant to pay us back. That's the reason we're on a time constraint. So we need the money to get to them so we can get this money back from the grant, but we have to pay it in advance. So the reason that number's not 100% accurate is we got everybody we could last week sized and fitted. We're down 4 as soon as we get them sized and fitted. The people on this grant are telling us that they're going to give us another break. We don't know what that break means. So I'm giving you this number as the high number. It will not go above $58,110. So as soon as I get the full number, but I just need the court's permission to do that, I'll get with Carissa and let her know the exact amount.
I make a motion, we approve the money for the vests for the sheriff's departments.
Second.
Mr. Renshaw makes that motion, and Mr. Turpin seconds. Any more discussion?
On that, would you make sure we get it, if we're going to be helping you with that?
Sure.
Would you make sure we get a copy of the grant and a copy of the final invoice
Yes.
that we need to pay?
Absolutely, no problem.
Thank you.
Easy.
How many new vests will that buy?
That's for every single, that's everybody. We're doing everybody. We're trying to get everybody a vest, to get everybody caught up. My vest that I currently wear is probably 12 years outdated, meaning it's probably about 20 years old. And so we're doing this, and we're getting every single person. This is for every single employee that's sworn through the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office, court security, school resource officers, and patrol. But this will get everybody on the same page. vests are good for 5 years, so we won't have to worry about this for another 5 years.
Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sheriff. Now back to the road department. We have a road list in front of you. I have a motion to approve that. Give you a minute to look at it.
Motion.
Mr. Whelan makes a motion.
Second.
Mr. Renshaw seconds. Any discussion on the road list? I don't think I have the speed limit on there. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. We have 3,000 ton of rock on there. Do we need to do that again? We did it 2 weeks ago. Do we need to approve that this time? Or do we do it just
I
once a
don't know where
month?
they're at on the rock, Anybody else know?
I didn't hear anything from Jeff or Ryan. Didn't get a report back from them if they needed that, if we've used up our allotment from 2 weeks ago.
I would say let's go ahead and approve it. If they need it, they'll have it. If not, then we save some money.
Motion.
But it needs to be approved with winter coming on.
Mr. Wilson makes the motion. Do you want to second that?
Yes, second.
Mr. Renshaw seconds. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Also, we have the 3,000 gallon of patch oil.
Motion.
Mr. Wilson makes the motion.
Second.
Second by Mr. Renshaw. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Motion passes. We approve this, but I do want to watch what we're spending for rock and oil. If it's needed, that's great, but if it's a want, let's don't go there, because I want to try to cut down. We are getting some big bills for rock in the county every month, so if it's needed, I'm all for it. Let's just be careful on our spending on that side.
As far as the patch oil and stuff, we use that, they use that for the total patcher. I just want to make a comment. I think the total patcher has been, the last few months, we've been up and running on that total patcher, and it has helped us extend the life of these roads quite a bit. And I just want the crews that are working on those, it's not an easy task for them, but I just wanted to say that what I've seen, they're doing a great job. So, and we just need to keep that up, because with our blacktop money as limited as it is, that total patcher has really kind of saved us in a lot of areas. So I just want to say thank you.
Thanks, Mark. We have made some changes to the use of it. Each district is getting it 1 week at a time, and their crew that usually runs that district is operating it. So it's not the same crew on the total patcher all the time. They're sharing the workload, because it is a dirty job and a hard job. But we're moving it to each district, and that district crew is using it. So it's working out real well. I think that's all I have. Do you see any? Martin has something here. I
Yeah.
get you there.
2 or 3 things. The sheriff mentioned a scam. We got a call this week, or I did. The elderly the elderly get targeted all the time, and this was a situation where someone posed as, I don't know if y'all get these Amazon emails that are scam emails, and it kind of started out with that, and then it wound up somebody contacted them saying they were with the Internal Revenue Service and Social Security, and somebody had stolen their money, and they were trying to help them secure their money and going to move it to other accounts. And it's like the sheriff said, anything involving money, you should be asking for money, you should be suspicious of it. So pass that on, especially to our elderly population who, it's always, I know my mom and dad were always really concerned if anybody called and said, hey, you owe money, or somebody's getting ready to take your money. So they play on they play on that. Second thing, my office and Performance Foods, for all you first responders, we're sponsoring, I think it's our 3rd year doing it, we're sponsoring a luncheon on this Friday at the Fire Training Center from 11 to 2 o'clock. And we've done it for the past 3 years. This will be our 3rd year with Performance Foods, so that's for fire, EMS, police, rescue squad, any first responders, you're welcome to come. We're having barbecue and all the trimmings, as my dad used to say. So come out and join us, and we'll feed everyone. And Stacy, thank you for helping get the word out on that as well. And then lastly, the court had authorized, there's a piece of property, Lot 48 of Royal Manor Mobile Home Subdivision that Danny and I had talked about. There's been a lien filed against it by Solid Waste for cleanup of that property, and it's about, what, Danny, $4,500, $5,000, thereabouts. So you all authorized us to get a title search run on it, and we did. And of course, this is why you do title searches on property. There's tax liens, county tax liens going all the way back to 2013, plus the 2023 bill hasn't been paid. All of those others are delinquent. There's about $2,600 total with penalties and interest that would be owed. I talked to TW, Todd, the PVA, and those could be exonerated, so, because it's money coming into the county anyway. So if the court chose to accept this property, which I think the owners want to just give it to the court, but if you chose to accept it, we could exonerate those taxes, so you'd get rid of those, and you'd obviously get rid of the nuisance lien filed by Solid Waste. But the bigger problem is there's a judgment lien that has been filed against the property. It dates back to 2009, and it was for $2,608.93 in 2009. And you got to add penalties and interest on that, so we know the interest is 12% per annum. So, and the property value, according to the PVA office, is $5,000. So, my recommendation would be that the court not accept the gift of this property, because I think you'd wind up in the hole on it if you just tried to sell it, because you'd have to pay this judgment lien, which is probably going to be more than the value of the property right now. And you don't have to vote on that unless you just want it in the record somewhere. We can just have Alicia stick it in the record that you don't want it. But if you want to vote not to take it, then it'd be official in the record.
Should we have something official in the record?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
I make a motion, we vote not to take in this property in the county.
Mr. Renshaw makes that motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Strunk seconds. Any more discussion? All in favor of the motion not to accept the property, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And one more thing related to that, Danny and I have been talking, and Danny, you said there's about 8 properties, I think, that you all are still mowing. And so I think they have counsel at Solid Waste, and I think that their counsel is looking at filing lawsuits on each of those properties to enforce the liens that have been filed. And the upside of that is, for you guys, that, and for Solid Waste, is you file an action to sell the property to enforce the lien, and the property gets sold, and hopefully they may bring enough you just don't know till you run a title search on them to know how many liens are still out there on the property. But at least it would get the county out of mowing those properties. Hopefully the new owners would take better care of them, and Solid Waste wouldn't be out there having to mow them and file new liens. So that's kind of the plan, I think, going forward with Solid Waste and their counsel.
Good deal.
That's all.
Okay, that's good. I think that concludes our business. We're at citizens' comments. Do we have any comments from citizens?
My name is Ashley Homrich, and John Alexander had distributed this, so this should go along with what I'll be speaking to. So my name is Ashley Homrich. I am a Pulaski County citizen. I am also the community organizer of Pulaski County Community Coalition. And with that, I wanted to just bring forward to your all's attention a community issue that's going on and is being worked on, as well as to invite you all to our next meeting and to give a little bit of history for the coalition as well. So the coalition was formed in 2022, and the description is a nonpartisan grassroots coalition who will work to resolve community issues. Currently, the issue that we are seeing is the need for a warming center, as well as to take care of our unhoused neighbors. To give background, when the coalition was formed, we saw, or it was recognized that low voter turnout was the community issue. And so in 2022, we were working to register voters, as well as to inform voters on important voters as well as future voters on the important dates. Things that we have done are, one of the things that came up was that there was a lot of community pantries around the county, but knowing where they were, having it in one location to know where they were, was a struggle. And also the community providing for those was a struggle as well. So we went around last winter and found each of those community boxes and both made notes so that it's all in one place, so hopefully that will help the community, as well as we did stock them, and I imagine that we'll be doing that again. To fast forward to, we were one of the partners on the 2023 Pulaski County Homeless Conference. This was a little bit less known, but we were a partner on that as well, and really look forward to that again this next year. From there, we've done food drives and have delivered those to organizations trying to move those resources and just bring in the community, had, community locations for the drop-off spots. From there, you will see, so one of the things that came from that conference was that we were asked to hold quarterly meetings in regards to the housing situation or in regards to our unhoused. And so we have been doing that. We were asked to hold more frequent meetings due to the lack of having a warming center and due to some news that had released to our community. And then with this, we've provided some of the organizations that we've been working with, wanted to provide information that they had submitted is in regards to mission or services, just to allow you all to be aware of those as well, and be able to resource people to those places. So here and now, we are needing a warming center, or at the very least, the support for anyone who leans into that work. And I've also provided from New Life Church in Ferguson what has historically been the warming center, and this was provided directly from them in, again, just bringing the community together to be able to work on this issue. And so our next meeting is Thursday, October 26th at 12:30 p.m. at the Pulaski County Public Library, and I would love to just formally invite each and every one of you to be there, to be part of the discussion and part of the solutions. Also, there should have been provided a handout for Housing First, just to provide some education if interested. That's from a national organization. And then there is also from the Kentucky Leagues of Cities upcoming training if, or virtual summit if you all are interested as well. Any questions or anything like that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I've been involved with helping out the homeless situation for a few years as best as I can.
Yeah.
Last year, during this budget season, we actually put in $10,000 in our budget for warming center assistance. The only difference is we can't just give that money to an organization. We have to contract with an organization, a nonprofit organization,
Okay.
So the county can assist with the homeless population here in the county.
Okay.
So I went to the state to find out this information. So there is a contract we have to do with you guys, and I guess I'll get with Martin more details on that. Just because we can't physically give, I looked at it as expanding the Ferguson's homeless shelter. But
Yes.
it was a religious organization. We can't, because of the separation of the church and state, we can't physically just give money. We have to contract saying that they're going to help us with the homeless situation. So, but we do have money available, but it would have to be something that is organized and all that. So, and it's, I mean, if more than one, if hopefully you guys get together as a group and find a place for, it's just the money's just for a warming center, can't be used for anything else. But if you need help, we may be able to help you in that area, so.
I appreciate that. We could definitely, I'm sure, be a way of navigating some of those conversations.
I'm going to try to attend your meeting. I
Okay.
didn't know about the one last week. Nobody informed me of one last week.
Yeah, understandable, and that was exactly why we wanted to come here and just give like a formal invite. And the Warming Center honestly has been kind of a newer thing, because I mean, the release of New Life's,
And I understand.
News and stuff has been
New Life
relatively
did a
new.
great job, and all these other churches over the years has done a great job of a warming center. I mean, that's where I met a couple guys that I helped out through the years until they passed away, a couple vets. But the churches can only do so much. And with the drug situation, and I've seen it myself where drugs are left in these churches, and these churches got kids and stuff like that, so I understand where they're coming from completely. I don't know the solution. You guys are more organized than I would be on a personal level, but I hope you guys can find some place that would be adequate for the winter for these homeless people now. And I wish you guys well, so, but
Thank
we'll
you.
help where we can.
Yeah, thank you. And I want to say too, I mean, New Life has been at the table and been part of the discussions and stuff. So I know that they received a lot of, I think there was a lot of just misinformation and things that were going on too. They're still definitely part of the conversations, and I understand too where they're coming from as
Actually,
well.
this court has actually awarded New Life a plaque for their help in the
Amazing.
past, so.
Yeah.
So they've done a good job, and hopefully we can move forward from here and find a place.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
Do you all have persons that supervise the homeless when they come in?
Can you repeat that again?
Do you have people that supervise those people when they come into the warming centers?
Yeah, so this year in particular, there always has been volunteers, but we are more organized in having more of that, and it's been also discussed of having activities, having where there would be where people can fill out things to get to the resources that are needed too during those hours, if interested. Obviously, we can't, force someone if they're not open to that. But yes, there has been discussion of there would be people there supervising or, yeah.
Confirm the time on the 26th.
Yeah, it is at 12:30. It's also on our Facebook page too. So I know not everyone uses Facebook, but that's kind of the quickest way of just getting out information.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good morning. Magistrates, you have on your desk in front of you a notice about technology showcase tomorrow, and I hope that you can come to it if your schedule permits, and this is open to the public. To give you a little bit of history, last year we had the technology showcase, and we had 21 or 22 vendors somewhere in that neighborhood, and we had 300 people attend, and we had 9 counties represented. This year, we have, as of yesterday evening, we have 50 vendors. We have at least 2 companies that have global operations. That would be UPS. They're going to have a presentation which outlines their program where you can attend college, and whenever you get out of college, if you work for them, you have 0 debt. And that would be through UPS in Louisville. The other one is Ragent Corporation, which is a large worldwide operation. They make high-end communications equipment. We will have local people who use technology in their businesses, regional people who use technology in their businesses. We'll have county judge executives and magistrates attend from around the region, as we did last year. We'll have lots of schools represented. So this is the only place in this entire section of the state where you have a venue for people to show what they can actually do. This is free. It's open to the public. The public can attend. It's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Some of the things you would expect to see would be robots. We have elementary schools have robotics displays. High schools have robotics displays. The Lake Cumberland Regional Hospital will have a robot on display where they do surgeries. We'll have drones there, small drones, at least one that has an agricultural drone that is used to spray fields with. We'll have electric cars, electric vehicles, some made by individuals and some that are commercially available, such as Alton Blakely is bringing a Mustang E, which is an electric Mustang crossover vehicle. Virtual reality. If you've never seen virtual reality, I would encourage you to come to this. It has a myriad of uses for training purposes. It could be law enforcement. It could be medical training, how to do a surgery. It could be how to put together an engine. It could be how to learn to operate heavy equipment. So a huge range of that. We'll have the skilled trades represented, which would be electrical, plumbing, welding, HVAC, etc. There's a very strong economic development component to this, because the jobs that are coming through a creative use of technology, a lot of them don't exist yet. To give you one example, the Somerset Community College will shortly be having a printer, a 3D printer, which prints concrete. And you can set it up and you could print a building, you could print a house within a few hours. And I know this is a very, very high interest to the counties east of us, especially the ones that have undergone the floods. So anyway, I want to encourage you to be there. I hope our newspaper is there. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them now or take them after the meeting. Once again, for our viewing audience, it is free, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's the Center for Rural Development, and we hope to see you there. Open to the public. Any questions? If I might make one other comment, piggybacking on what Sheriff Jones said, he was talking about the scams. Facebook is being scammed. I know we all have to watch our accounts. If any of you is a friend on my Facebook account, I'm no longer in charge of that Facebook account. Please unfriend me. I'll start a new one and let you know whenever I get that done. But please do that, because I've been hacked and hijacked both. Thank you all.
Good morning, everyone. I'll just take a couple of minutes of your time. My name is Virginia Dial. I am a Pulaski County resident, and I am also the founder, CEO, and president of Connect Community Village and the Bluegrass Veterans Ranch. First, I want to commend each of you for your perseverance in restoring the Pulaski County Fiscal Court back to a governing body Pulaski County can be proud of. Your due diligence has resulted in a higher standard of transparency and accountability. Secondly, on behalf of Connect Community Village and Bluegrass Veterans Ranch, I want to give you our appreciation for your support for CCV and for our veterans. Our Judge Executive, Marshall Todd, has taken the time on several occasions to discuss the needs of our veterans and the continued development of the Bluegrass Veterans Ranch. He has also, along with several magistrates and court representatives, attended the CCV forums and events. For your love and concern for our veterans and your fellow Pulaski Countyans, I just want to publicly say thank you.
Thank you, Virginia. Anyone else? Seeing none, I need a motion to go in executive session. I think that's all our business, isn't it, in public right now? I need a motion to go in executive session.
Motion.
Mr. Wilson makes the motion,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Strunk. Martin, you
It's for the acquisition and discussion concerning the acquisition of property, correct?
and personnel. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We will be in executive session for a few moments. You're welcome to stay around. We'll be back out as soon as we conclude our meeting.
Good luck.
I need a motion to come out of executive session.
Motion. Second.
Wilson makes a motion, Mr. Strunk seconds. All in favor, say aye. Aye. We are out of executive session now. I will announce that no action was taken in executive session. I just want to make public that we had one more suspension of a county employee for violation of a policy and procedures, and that employee has been on a 30-day suspension now and will not be back until December 5th, I think the date. Also want to ask for a motion to promote Kyle Flynn at the road department to sign foreman.
Motion.
Mr. Ranshaw makes a motion.
Second.
Mr. Strunk seconds. This is an open vacancy right now. We had one person that was moved from sign foreman to solid waste earlier in the year, and this is filling that vacancy with Kyle Flynn. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The motion passes. That's all the business we have today. I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Mr. Wilson makes the motion. A second?
Second.
Mr. Turpin seconds. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We stand in adjournment.